But when you look at this class, it's the positional size and skill inside the top 10 that makes this class special. Take out DJ Wagner and Isaiah Collier. Everyone else 6'8" with skill, shooting ability. The NBA scouts have opened their eyes to this class.
They absolutely have. And of course, PB, you know, point guards make the world go round. When you look at today's game, you talk about college basketball, the NBA, it's all about the point guards. Of course, that's the position I play. So I love a scoring point guard like DJ Wagner, but Isaiah Collier, Stephon Castle, Aiden Holloway, Jeremy Fears, all spectacular players. And there's another guy here that may end up being a pretty special point guard one day. Ted, what do you think?
How about Bronny James, 20 years after his dad was named a McDonald's All-American? Bronny wears the same uniform and, in fact, wearing number 6 this week, just like Dad, who returned from his foot injury today against the Bulls. Bronny will come off the bench for the West, just like LeBron has today for the Lakers. And it's just the second time in LeBron's career that he has come off the bench.
With that symmetry, it almost seems like they planned that, huh? What would you think, Ted?
Will we see LeBron this week at some point? Find out. West with the ball, and Mookie Cook gets it going with a 3. Cook from Portland, a future Oregon Duck.
If he can continue to add that jumper to his game, he's got everything else.
Absolutely, and his ability to pass the basketball has been special, as you see. DJ getting into the painted area, going into the mid-range.
That's where he's best, going right into the paint, jump stop, survey.
Isaiah Collier ranked right behind Wagner in the ESPN 100.
These guys are huge. Stephon Castle, he's a 6'6" scoring point guard type. This group has great size, and Booker, 6'11", maybe has the most upside of anyone here.
Jared McCain tried to lay it in.
Talked with his mom earlier today about the decision to stay home, and of course that's a decision for 40 years, not just 4 years, to stay close. Mike Boynton got a great one in Garrison.
In the lane, Elmarko Jackson headed to Kansas. So here is the West squad. Corey, your impressions of the West team?
Well, I love Mookie Cook early, and of course you've got Isaiah Collier, who's running the show, but then Bronny this entire week here with the McDonald's All-Americans, but so much talent up and down both these rosters. So many guys that we can talk about.
And USC has been recruiting Bronny James, or has interest in Bronny. 3 from McCain.
Jared McCain, one of the best shooters in this class. We'll see him in the three-point contest Monday.
Interesting to see Bronny James and Isaiah Collier doing some drill work together during the practices.
Well, and Isaiah let it be known that, hey, he's making sure to, you know, say little simple things to Bronny. So, you know, hey,
there's nobody easier to play with than Isaiah Collier, 4 in the red with the basketball.
Collier the pull-up, and he nails it.
And that's the area of concern for.
And those two are on opposite teams this week here at the McDonald's All-American Games. Collier and Castle, who plays for the East. Wagner got Collier off his feet, and he drills it.
Each other.
When you see Collier, the nice footwork to be able to get to his pull-up, gets that elbow, is able to knock it down, and on the other side, it's the pump fake from DJ. Great footwork and the follow-through finish. And also, the guys who play point guard position in high school and oftentimes even in college don't turn into NBA point guards. The guys who are off the ball scoring are oftentimes the ones who turn into NBA point guards because scoring is so valued at that level.
Bronny James on the floor for the West, 6 in red. The East with the steal. Mackenzie Mbako, top 10 player, headed to Duke, leaving it for Modest Buzelis, who hits the long 2. Buzelis, the only McDonald's All-American this year, who will play for G League Ignite.
And great development for him, of course, waiting. Once he gets to Las Vegas, we talked with him yesterday.
An outstanding shooting class coming into Duke next season.
And that's one of the things that Duke needed this year. They were great defensively. Oftentimes they struggled to shoot the basketball, especially from beyond the three-point arc.
To prove why he belonged over the last month plus of his season out in California.
Well, good for him. Take that edge next year to Durham, North Carolina.
It's a number of guys who had special years as freshmen in the football, so had the opportunity to coach him at Oak Hill. And again, should he be here, to deserve to be here? Absolutely. He's one of those guys that should be in consideration. But the problem is, if he does make it, that means someone else can't make it.
Here it is, the #1 recruiting class for 2023, including 3 of the top 4 players in America. As Wagner knifes in for 2. And Sean Stewart couldn't finish. Collier racing ahead. The drop off and the bucket for Brandon Garrison.
Ready to be able to catch that and finish it. But that shows you that Collier's been doing that ever since these teams got together.
Paulie, here's that matchup you wanted to see, and Wagner wins it against Collier with the blow by.
Well, Collier and Wagner have great basketball instincts. You know, they're not robots on the court, Corey. They can see the game, compete at the same time.
Wagner ahead to Booker, who hammers it. Class over the last year is now trying to hit from long range, but going from unranked this time last year to top 10 in the country.
Well, there's a story behind that. Jared McCain with the knockdown. He was it. If I had a hard-playing dude team, top 5, Jeremy Fears would be on that.
Rising up for 3 and connecting.
Man, I'm trying to recruit Bronny, dog. That's all I can say. I'm trying.
So we talked yesterday, and of course, you're going to USC, and you let us know that at the show, which, you know, when you're fortunate enough to be a McDonald's All-American, I think that's one of the things that you can kind of command is, especially as a point guard, I want to be the guy as soon as I get on campus. And
Castle knocks down.
I got to put you on the spot. Why was Corey Alexander a McDonald's All-American?
Oh, wow.
First of all, great IQ, great feel for the game, and he was a winner. And he's no mistake about that. And I remember him in the game, and he's giving back to the game. He comes and talks to the players each year and just does a tremendous job. Had a great career and been a great friend of the games.
Thanks, Joe. Checks in the mail, my guy.
Early bloomers, but then the late bloomers. You know, I can think of, you know, in this game, Aiden Holloway, Stephen Castle. You know, the guys.
Especially in this game, whether it's DJ Wagner, whether it's Bronny James, you can go down the list. Andrei Stojakovic, the son of Peja. What about?
It's great, and you know, one of the things my dad always would say is, at its core, it's a basketball game. It's about the best players giving back to charity. So I think that's a great, most impactful. Hey, put this. I was giving Jeff Kaufman, who's an assistant. I said, you're in charge of the loss, and Grant's in charge of the win. So give him a good time. Good to be with
him
you.
last night. You know about the curfew at Kentucky? And Wagner said, curfew, what? What are you talking about? And Corey's like, oh, you'll find out.
Wildcat Lodge.
Bronny from distance, not this time. And Baco the rebound.
Hey, Ted, you about to get me in trouble. Cal didn't want everybody knowing that, so...
They are signed. Here's Mbakos. And try to help Monfort win their 3rd straight national title.
And Kwame Evans is an interesting prospect.
Mookie Cook, his future.
There's about 4 or 5 guys, and he's one of them.
And he's been a winner, not only at Duncanville, but also a gold medal winner of USA basketball. So he's one of those guys that understands how to play alongside other talent.
Justin Edwards going reverse side for the East, the #1 player at the moment in the class of 2023, Paul, and that's his first bucket today as Holland gets another.
Outstanding, and their staff.
Holland swatted by Sean Stewart, who's going to Duke. Wagner on the break, does it himself. DJ Wagner with a game-high 13. Holland, at the other end as the East.
One thing that's been a highlight is to watch everyone go after defensively. Sean Stewart coming up with a huge block, leading to transition as DJ Wagner, no one stopping the basketball, gets the easy left-hand layup.
Have really started to rise in his senior year. And
I love what Joe Wooten said when he simply stated that when they look at the list and they say how many of these guys will actually become NBA players. And so to credit, Paul, as we see Cody Williams get out.
The East up by 15, under 4 to play here. Extra feed, Mbako, the step back triple. Off the top of the backboard. And a run out opportunity for the West. Omaha Baloo rising up.
You know, we haven't seen many dunks.
Hits the 3. Collier at the other end, count it, and the foul.
You can see why Isaiah.
Can you be mine one-on-one?
Yes.
I'm not riding with it. PB, what do you think?
I'm going with Justin Edwards. He's #1 for a reason.
Ebony Twiggs was the MVP, as Evans misses the dunk here, of the Philadelphia Public League Championship game. Collier at the other end. Just like Edwards was in his high school career, his mom is the one who introduced him to basketball. Castle with the flip for All-American games, winning the scrimmage and the game. Bronny, final seconds. A dunk to close it out, but it's the East that wins it 68 to 57.